The effects of long-term space travel on the human body. Are you ready to embark on a journey beyond the stars? While space travel may seem like a futuristic dream, it's important to understand the impact it can have on the human body. Join us as we explore the effects of long-term space travel on the human body and what it takes to prepare for the ultimate voyage. Space travel has always been a topic of fascination for scientists and researchers alike, as it holds the promise of uncovering new frontiers and expanding our understanding of the universe. However, as humanity pushes further into the vast expanse of space, it becomes increasingly important to understand the effects of long-term space travel on the human body. From exposure to radiation and microgravity to isolation and confinement, space travel poses a unique set of challenges for astronauts. Understanding the impact of these challenges is crucial for ensuring the safety and well-being of astronauts on long-term missions, as well as for developing strategies to mitigate the negative effects of space travel. In this video, we will take a closer look at the various effects of long-term space travel on the human body, including changes to muscle and bone density, cardiovascular function, immune system, and cognitive function. We will also explore the potential long-term health risks associated with space travel and the ongoing research efforts to understand and mitigate these risks. How does space travel affect the human body? Firstly, lack of gravity causes a whole lot of problems with muscle wasting, and that's including the heart muscle and muscles of our arms, legs, and trunk. As we've seen when astronauts go up to the International Space Station for up to almost a year at a time, many are actually unable to initially stand up and walk when they return to Earth because their muscles are so deconditioned. That can create profound problems, and if people are going to Mars, they may be gone for years at a time. We've never had people in space for that long, so the lack of gravity and the effects on muscle and muscle wasting will be really important. What other environmental factors in space will impact the human body? Exposure to radiation is a factor in orbit. There are a number of radiation sources in space, and some of these are able to penetrate through the side of spacecraft and spacesuits. Long-term exposure to radiation may be a critical problem in terms of causing changes to our DNA and setting up for DNA mutations that may cause cancer. All of this remains theoretical, but is certainly of major concern to scientists working to make things safe for future long-term humans in space. Yet another important issue to plan for will be mental health and isolation. If there's a medical emergency, for example, someone has something simple like appendicitis, how are they going to manage that up on Mars or the Moon? If people have this kind of problem up on Mars and the Moon, they'll be largely on their own. Because of this, there will be some need to train people to manage basic medical emergencies independently. How does space travel impact the heart? The key issue related to the heart will be deconditioning and weakness of the heart muscle. The medical word for this is atrophy, which means a weakening of the heart muscle and less heart strength. That's largely because the heart will not have to pump against gravity. Normally, when we are standing, the heart has to be able to overcome gravity and generate the pressure to get blood up to our head and to help return blood from our feet up to our chest. In space, there's zero gravity, and there is far less gravity on the Moon or Mars than on Earth. Deconditioning and changes in the heart muscle over months and years may also lead to problems with the heart's rhythm, although we don't know much about this yet. All of this may lead to real challenges in bringing these people back home to Earth. People that have been in the International Space Station for up to a year in zero gravity are initially unable to walk, but they are able to be acclimatized to the Earth. But if someone's been in a low or zero gravity environment for several years, which will be the case when people go to Mars, whether or how they'll be able to be rehabilitated back to Earth remains to be seen. How could mental health be affected on a mission to Mars? Apart from the heart and blood vessels, another major issue will be mental health. Long-term astronauts will need to endure prolonged solitude and isolation. Sure, there will be teams of several people going into space each time, but they'll be needing to manage conflict resolution, and medical emergencies, and to operate under severe and extreme environments for years at a time without physical backup. This is going to be a really challenging mental exercise. Humans have just not been through that for an extended period of time. Scientists have been looking at what happens when you send people to Antarctica or the South Pole, as they spend months at a time in isolation down there. But still, they're on the same planet, and they can be rescued in warmer months when the weather allows. On Mars, there will be no ability to rescue travelers. In conclusion, long-term space travel can have a significant impact on the human body. From changes in bone density to muscle atrophy to cognitive and psychological effects, the challenges of prolonged space travel are significant. However, with continued research and advancements in technology, we are learning more and more about how to mitigate these effects and keep astronauts healthy during prolonged missions. As we continue to explore the vast expanse of space, it is important that we keep these effects in mind and work to find ways to overcome them. With the right knowledge and resources, we can ensure that our astronauts remain healthy and able to complete their missions, no matter how long they may be. It is worth noting that space travel not only affects the physical body, but also the mental health of astronauts. Studies have shown that isolation, confinement, and other factors can lead to an increased risk of depression, anxiety, and other psychological issues. It is crucial that we continue to research and address these mental health concerns in order to ensure the overall well-being of our astronauts. Overall, the effects of long-term space travel on the human body are complex and varied. But with continued research and advancements in technology, we can mitigate these effects and keep our astronauts healthy and able to complete their missions. As we explore the vast expanse of space, it is important that we keep these effects in mind and work to find ways to overcome them, so that our astronauts can continue to push the boundaries of human exploration. Subscribe to Spacefied for more space videos. Thanks for watching.